ESB W&I LLC is not affiliated with our broker-dealer, Invicta Capital LLC, nor Invicta Advisors LLC. Invicta Capital LLC and Invicta Advisors LLC are members of SIPC and FINRA and are licensed advisors with the SEC. Any mention of securities, including stocks, bonds, ETFs, and mutual funds, is for educational purposes and is not a recommendation to purchase or sell securities.
Hey, good day. My name's Kyle Beveridge. I've written a book, How to Build Your True Net Worth in a Post-Pandemic World. A question. What about an inheritance? Well, getting an inheritance is almost as bad as my last excerpt out of my book, and that was winning the lottery. You know, when you get an inheritance, it can either be, a farm that you might inherit that you want to keep in the family. It could be antiques. It could be jewelry. It can be a portfolio of stocks. But let's face it, most people inherit IRA accounts and maybe a portfolio and the family house or the family farm. So let's go through this. Well, the first thing you should do when you get an inheritance is, as I state in my book, and I can't emphasize this enough, you got to get a good team of people around you to help you out. You sign one thing, let's say, okay, and missign a beneficiary IRA, all right, and don't fill out the paperwork right, you have probably just cost yourself thousands of dollars in taxes. You need a competent team of a CPA or an accounting person. You need a good lawyer and, of course, a financial advisor. If your financial advisor is not licensed in life insurance, then you might have to get a life insurance expert. A lot of inheritances are life insurances or annuities. You need to figure those out because you're probably going to have to pay some taxes on the annuity. Annuities are taxable on the person that inherits them on the gain. So be careful with annuities. The other thing to be careful with is beneficiary IRAs. The laws have changed. Under the CARES Act, beneficiary IRAs now have to take the money out over a 10-year period of time. They used to be able to spread that out over their lifetime, but now they have to take it out over 10 years. Here we are almost a year after the CARES Act, and the IRS still hasn't figured out whether you have to take that out evenly over 10 years as a beneficiary of an IRA, all right? Now, I'm not including spouses. I'm talking about children, okay? Children, okay? Spousal, you can still treat it as if your husband's still alive. So you can just take it out and pay taxes on it. You have to do your required minimum distribution. I'm talking about children that inherit IRAs. You have to take that over 10 years, but you have to spread it out over 10 years, or you can take it out in the 9th year and the 12th month and wait and let it grow, tax deferred. But the money you take out of a traditional IRA, you're going to have to pay taxes on. That's why I strongly suggest two things. You have a Roth IRA. Me personally, I'm putting all my 401k contributions now in as a Roth. So I have options when I come to be age 72. At age 72, you have to start taking a required minimum distribution out. That changed under the CARES Act. So when you inherit wealth, whether it's the family farm, a Roth IRA, a traditional IRA, a portfolio of stocks, get yourself a good team of advisors before you sign anything, okay, and have to pay taxes on your parents, grandparents' hard-earned money. As I refer to in the book, I believe in inheritances. Jesus in the Bible uses the word that we have an inheritance stored up for us. That inheritance, if you're a believer, is heaven. I remember Jesus telling somebody at one time, and you can read it for you. If you haven't read it, you need to read the story. And I encourage you to read the story. When he was hanging on the cross, there was two guys there, both thieves. They both deserved to be there. Obviously, he was destined to be there, all right, which is a whole nother thing. And the one thief said, hey, get me off of this cross. If you're the Son of God, you get me off. He was selfish, looking to get down so he could go and be selfish. The other thieves looked at him and says, hey, don't you know who this is? Haven't you seen the events? Haven't you seen what's going on? And are you blind to that? Kind of like Washington, D.C. did there. They're kind of blind to what's going on in reality and what all of us are feeling here in real America. I'm at Real News PR, so think about it, okay? And so here we are. And so Jesus said to one thief who was humble enough to admit that, hey, we deserve to be here. He doesn't. He said to the one thief, today you're going to be with me in paradise. So I would say to you today, all right, you want to be in paradise? Or you want to be in, well, you figure it out. Thank you. God bless and have a great day.